Good morning, student. Now we will discuss more numerical problem which are based on multiplier, investment multiplier. Here are the questions. Suppose equilibrium level of income in an economy is 500 crore and full employment income is 1000 crore. Find out the change in investment if MPC is 0.75y. Now in this questions we have given two kinds of income, that is equilibrium level of income and the full employment level of the income. So how to calculate the income? Will subtract full employment of the income minus the equilibrium level of the income, will get the change in income. Here never mention the change in income, so we have to calculate the change in income. So change in income, so delta y is what? Full employment level of income is how much? Thousands, and equilibrium level of income is how much? 500. So delta y is what? 1000 minus 500. So 1000 minus 500, that is 500. Okay, that is what? Change in income, delta y. Now we have to calculate change in investment when MPC is given. So MPC is what? K is equal to, as you know that, 1 upon 1 minus MPC. So K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus, and we have given the values of MPC, that is 0.25. So 1 upon 0.75. Okay. So we just multiply by 100 into 100. So 100 upon 75, that is 4 upon 3. This is the value of investment multiplier. You can solve 1.333, or you can put directly k is equal to 4 upon 3. Now we have to calculate what? We have to calculate the values of change in investment. So what is the value of k? K is 4 upon 3, and we already calculated delta y is what? Delta y is 500. So 4 upon 3 is equal to 500 upon delta I. Okay, we calculated already k is equal to 4 upon 3 by using the formula of k is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC, and by putting the value of k in this equations, that is k is equal to delta y upon delta I. K is what? 4 upon 3, and delta y we already calculated, full employment minus the equilibrium level, that is 1000 minus 500, that is 500. So 4 upon 3 is equal to 500 upon delta I. So what will you do? We'll just cross multiply the equations. So 4 into delta I is equal to 3 into 500. Okay, so 4 delta I is equal to 3 5s are 1500. So delta I is equal to 1500 upon 4. So delta I is equal to 3 4 3s are 12, or 3 7s are and 5s are. Okay, so the values of delta y is what? 375. Okay, so this is the different kind of the problem. Here the change in income directly not mentioned. So what will you do? We will subtract the full employment and the equilibrium level. You will get the change in income, as well as the will do in the investment process also. If the investment is not given directly, then we will subtract full investment minus equilibrium level of the investments. Okay, now here some more problem related to this chapter or this topic. Here we have to calculate change in income. We already calculated so many times change in income, but saving also we have to calculate in these questions. How to calculate the saving? Because in this formula saving and investment is not mentioned. Okay, so we will solve this formula. Now in this we have given the investment increase by 400. So we have given delta I is equal to 400. Okay, and MPC is what? MPC we have given 0.8, and we have to calculate delta Y and delta S. So we have given change in investment MPC, and we have to calculate delta Y and delta S. So firstly we will do the formula of K is equal to 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus MPC. So K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC is what? 0.8. 0.8. So K is equal to 1 upon 0.2. So K is equal to 10 upon 2. So K is equal to 5. This is the value of investment multiplied by using the we have given the MPCs, then we will get the formula. So K is equal to what? K is equal to 5. Now what we will do? What we have to calculate? We have to calculate delta Y. Okay. So K is equal to delta Y upon delta I. So K is how much? 5, and delta Y we have to calculate, and delta I is how much? 400. Okay. We'll do the cross multiply. 2000 is equal to delta Y, so delta Y is equal to rupees 2000. Okay. Now what we will calculate? We have to calculate the values of delta S. Without using the formula, we can also calculate the things, because we know that S is equal to what? I. So delta S is equal to delta I, equilibrium level of the income. Then we can calculate the. So we have given delta I is what? 400. So the value of delta S is 400. But now we have to calculate the things. Then we'll do by the calculations. So we have given MPC is what? MPC we have given how much? 0.80. Okay, let's check it out. 0.8, or you can write 0.8. 80, both are same. So what is the value of MPC? MPS. MPS is what? 1 minus MPC. So 1 minus MPC is 0.8. So 0.2. That is what? MPS. Okay. So now what we will do? As you know that MPS is equal to delta S upon delta Y. Already discussed the formula of MPS, that is delta S upon delta Y, and by using the concept of or relations of MPC and MPS, we will get the values of MPS, that is 0.2 is equal to delta S we have to calculate, and delta Y we already calculated. We already calculated the value of delta Y, that is 2000. Okay. So 0.2 upon 1 is equal to delta S upon 2000. Now what will we do? We'll cross multiply. So 0.2 into 2000 is equal to delta S. So 2 into 2, that is 4000. So delta 400, sorry, 1 is here. So you just write directly 4000. So delta S is equal to what? 4000. Okay. Here you can see that delta S is what? 400, and here is also the delta S is equal to what? 400 by using the formula. Okay. So this is the concept of how to calculate the MPS, because saving is not mentioned, consumption is also not mentioned. then how to calculate the saving. If the consumption is mentioned in this questions and we already calculated delta y is what 2000. If consumption is mentioned, suppose consumption is around 800 or you can say 1800. So delta s is what? Y, as you know that delta y is equal to delta c plus delta s. So we can easily subtract the number, then we will get the delta s. But in this questions, change in consumption is not mentioned, and change in income is also not mentioned. We will calculate the things. Then we will use the investment multiplier formula. We will get the solutions of delta s. Okay, there are so many options to calculate the delta s. If you want to not calculate the MPC, or you forget the relationship between MPS and MPC, then what we'll do? Just using the formula, MPC is what? MPC is equal to delta C upon delta Y. MPC here delta 0.8 delta C is equal to this, and this is what? 2000 delta Y. Now just cross multiply it. So delta C is equal to 8 to the 1600. That is what? Delta C, and delta Y is what? 2000. Okay. So delta S is what? Delta S is delta Y minus delta C. So 2000 minus 1600, that is 400. Okay. So there are so many ways to calculate the delta S. There are three ways. First, directly you can equate the equations by using the equilibrium concept, that is delta S is equal to delta I, or you solve by using this concept, the relationship between MPC and MPS, or you solve by formula of MPC, that is delta C upon delta Y. Okay. So this is the numerical problem related to this chapters. I hope you understood the concept of this, how to solve the investment multiplier. One or two questions definitely asked in a board exam. So solve so many problems. Go to the websites. If you have any doubt, then you can contact. Okay, thank you.